In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
These are Lawin headlines for this week. Abbott says White House should recalibrate ICE mission after Minneapolis shooting. Houston braces for returning freeze. City opens 12 warming centers. VP Duterte camp braces for possible impeachment wraps as ban nears end. South Korea's new fake news law challenges media freedom. PACC Texas hosts recognition event for long-standing members. PSA Helpline.ph now accepts international requests for civil registry documents. Gervonta Davis in custody for alleged assault on ex-partner.
Good day, I am Nazca, and tonight we bring you the latest stories in the United States of America, especially the state of Texas. So sit back, relax, and let Lawin Weekly News be your guide to the news that matters most. Texas Governor Greg Abbott on Tuesday called the federal government to reassess its approach to immigration enforcement following the fatal shooting of a demonstrator by an ICE officer in Minneapolis. Abbott, speaking on the Mark Davis show, said federal officers should recalibrate operations to restore public respect for law enforcement. He emphasized that ICE officers are law enforcement officials and urged the White House to ensure public confidence in their actions. The comments came after Alex Pretty was shot during a demonstration in Minneapolis. Reports said ICE officers restrained Pretty before one officer fatally shot him. The Trump administration is reviewing the incident. Abbott blamed Democratic leaders in Minneapolis and Minnesota for failing to maintain order, contrasting the situation with Texas, which he said leads the nation in ICE removals without similar protests. Houston Mayor John Whitmire said his administration is handling immigration responsibly and maintaining stability. Texas Democratic leaders condemned the shooting and criticized ICE operations. State Representative Gina Hinojosa and U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett, among others, called for accountability and questioned federal enforcement practices. Republican officials, including U.S. Senator John Cornyn and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, defended ICE and criticized Minnesota leadership. President Trump said he would send a border advisor to Minneapolis to review the situation. Advocates are urging Texas officials to reconsider canceling a summer food assistance program for children as food insecurity rises across the state. The Sunbox program, a summer EBT initiative, provides grocery benefits to eligible school-aged children when school is out. Governor Greg Abbott vetoed the program in the 2025 state budget, citing concerns over federal funding. Stacey Sanchez, director of No Kid Hungry Texas, stressed the urgency. Texas has one of the highest hunger rates in the U.S., with nearly 5.4 million residents experiencing food insecurity in 2023. In North Texas, 1 in 6 people regularly go hungry, and about a third are children. North Texas Food Bank reports. Dr. Lauren Gamble, a pediatrician, said the issue has daily health consequences. 3 out of 4 Texas parents report taking on more debt during summer to cover food costs. The Sunbox program was allocated $60 million in state funding to leverage $450 million in federal support, potentially serving 3.8 million children. Lawmakers and advocates are calling on Governor Greg Abbott to work with federal partners to reinstate the program before summer. Houston is gearing up for another round of freezing temperatures this weekend. The National Weather Service has issued a freeze watch from Saturday evening through Sunday morning, with lows expected between 18 and 32 degrees. Wind chills could dip as low as 13 degrees Saturday morning, and a hard freeze is possible Sunday. To help residents stay safe, the city of Houston is opening 12 warming centers Friday at 5 p.m. Locations include Acres Homes, Denver Harbor, 5th Ward, Kashmere Magnolia, Moody, Northeast, Southwest Sunnyside, 3rd Ward, and Fontaine neighborhoods. Officials advise Houstonians to stay updated on the forecast and take precautions against the cold. Houston City Council members are reviewing public comment procedures after a chaotic meeting Tuesday night. More than 70 residents signed up to speak, but only some were able to address the council. The meeting featured many speakers criticizing immigration and customs enforcement and the Houston Police Department's limited coordination with the federal agency. Several referenced the recent deaths of Renee Nicole Good and Alex Pretty, two U.S. citizens killed by federal agents in Minnesota earlier this month. Council members acknowledged the challenge of accommodating large crowds. At-large Council member Willie Davis called out some attendees for disrespectful behavior, while District H's Mario Castillo suggested reviewing security and entry procedures so more speakers can participate. District D's Carolyn Evans Chavez urged limiting minor police stops to reduce interactions with ICE. At-large member Alejandro Salinas praised residents for speaking out and emphasized the council's commitment to preventing similar tragedies in Houston. Mayor Sylvester Whitmire acknowledged the Minnesota incidents but cautioned against fear-driven reactions. The council says it will explore better ways to inform speakers about the process and ensure orderly public comment.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
Journey to self-discovery and mastery. Be bold, why not? Season 6 with MJ Concepcion every Monday 8 p.m. CST. Don't miss out.
Where every conversation is welcome at the table. This is Pink Table Talk with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Rice, spice, and everything nice. Welcome to the Philippine food scene with Adobo Queen, Nancy Reyes Lumen of Commissary Kitchen. Every Thursday 8 p.m. CST, Friday 9 a.m. Philippine time.
A new Austin-based nonprofit is turning retired city buses into free rehearsal spaces to help musicians cope with rising cost and limited availability of practice venues. The nonprofit called Junkyard was founded by Austin musician and nonprofit leader Michael Winningham. He said the project is designed to provide accessible rehearsal space for working musicians across the city. Winningham previously worked on housing and affordability issues and said that experience helped shape his approach to supporting Austin's music community. Junkyard has acquired one retired city bus through community fundraising. While the bus remains largely intact, plans are underway to convert it into a fully functional rehearsal space, including soundproof practice areas, a lounge, a kitchenette, and a bathroom. The nonprofit aims to complete the conversion later this year and expand the project with additional buses. Junkyard has partnered with the Health Alliance for Austin Musicians, or HAAM. Musicians registered with HAAM will be eligible to use the rehearsal buses at no cost. Winningham said rehearsal spaces in Austin have become increasingly scarce and expensive. He said the mobility of the buses will allow them to be placed near venues and in different neighborhoods as needed. The nonprofit plans to activate more buses and is accepting donations through its website, with benefit concerts planned in the coming months. A manager at White Rhino Coffee's downtown Dallas location has resigned, sparking a wave of employee walkouts. Market Stacy said she was asked to offer discounts to ICE agents, a policy she said conflicted with her values as a transgender woman managing a largely Black and Hispanic staff. Nearly a dozen employees across the coffee chain joined Stacy in quitting. The story gained national attention after being shared on social media and receiving celebrity endorsements. White Rhino CEO said the company's first responder discount is meant for on-duty local responders such as police, firefighters, and EMTs, and does not apply to ICE. The company says it is reviewing the policy to clarify eligibility and ensure inclusivity. Stacy said her resignation and the staff walkout prompted the company to formally exclude ICE agents from the discount. Dexter County elections officials say they have cleared a backlog of thousands of voter registration applications ahead of early voting for the March 3rd primary. The backlog, reported last week at nearly 7,000 applications, was addressed by hiring at least a dozen temporary workers who put in extended hours. Elections Administrator Michelle Carew said Tuesday delays have been linked to the state of Texas team voter registration system, which has slowed processing in past elections. Last fall, the county faced a backlog of roughly 75,000 registrations, cleared just days before the November election. Residents still have until February 2 to register to vote for the upcoming primary. County Judge Peter Sakai said officials are confident the election will run smoothly. NASA has postponed its upcoming crewed Artemis mission to the moon due to near freezing temperatures at the launch site. The flight is now scheduled for no earlier than February 8th, 2 days later than planned. A fueling test of the 322-foot moon rocket, originally set for Saturday, was canceled and rescheduled for February 2. A critical dress rehearsal for the launch is now planned for February 5th, weather permitting. NASA warns further delays could push the mission into March. Officials say heaters are keeping the Orion capsule at the proper temperature, and the rocket systems are being adapted for the cold. Commander Reed Wiseman and the 3 other astronauts remain in quarantine in Houston, with their arrival at Kennedy Space Center still uncertain. The Artemis mission is NASA's first crewed lunar flight in more than 50 years, following the Apollo program.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
President Donald Trump has warned that the United States may impose a 50% tariff on Canadian aircraft sold in the US, escalating trade tensions between the two countries. The proposed tariff targets Canada's aerospace sector, which manufactures commercial and military planes for US buyers. Analysts say such a move could raise costs for American airlines and disrupt supply chains across the industry. The warning comes amid ongoing trade disputes between Washington and Ottawa, with negotiations making limited progress. Canadian officials have not yet issued a formal response, but past tariff conflicts suggest countermeasures could follow. The US and Canada maintain one of the world's most interconnected trade relationships, particularly in aerospace, where many companies rely on cross-border cooperation. Vice President Sara Duterte's legal team is ready for any impeachment complaint once a one-year ban imposed by the Supreme Court expires in February. Duterte said her lawyers have been preparing since late 2025, anticipating filings from House members. She added that if a complaint isn't filed this year, it could come next year or later in her term. The Supreme Court on Thursday denied the House's appeal to reverse its July 2025 ruling that declared the fourth impeachment complaint against Duterte unconstitutional. The court ruled that under the Constitution, no impeachment may be initiated against the same person more than once within a year, clarifying when a complaint is considered initiated. Palace press officer Claire Castro said President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. will respect the ruling and that it will not affect the administration's priority bills. South Korea's Revised Information and Communications Network Act has drawn criticism at home and abroad, amid concerns it could limit free expression. The law requires online platforms to remove content deemed false or defamatory by the government-appointed Korea Media and Communications Commission, which can levy fines of up to 1 billion won, or roughly $690,000. It also allows citizens to demand corrections or rebuttals to editorials and opinion pieces, raising fears of government overreach. The Journalists Association of Korea called the legislation toxic and criticized lawmakers for rushing it through without public consultation. Experts say it may encourage platforms to tackle disinformation, but it could also chill investigative journalism. The Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of Texas will celebrate its members and founders at a membership milestone recognition event on Saturday, February 28. From 10:30 a.m. to 12 noon, the hybrid event allows participants across Texas to join in person or virtually, with a live stream available through Lawin Media Network. The Chamber will honor members with 3, 5, 10, and 15 years of membership, recognizing their contributions to the Filipino-American business community. Organizers encourage interested participants to register for free using the QR code in the event announcement. For more information, attendees can contact Niels Henson at info@pacctx.org. The Chamber described the celebration as a way to mark progress together, a legacy that grows deeper with time. Filipinos and Filipino Americans abroad can now request official civil registry documents from the Philippine Statistics Authority, or PSA, through the newly launched PSAHelpline.ph website. The platform provides a secure and convenient way to request birth certificates, marriage certificates, death certificates, certificates of no marriage or SENOMAR, and certificates of no death or SENODEATH. Delivery or pickup is arranged through the requester's preferred international courier. This online service comes as the PSA Release platform has been temporarily unavailable since November 10th last year, 2025, and aims to ensure that Filipinos overseas can continue accessing important civil documents without delays. For more information and to request documents, users may visit www.psahelpline.ph. The Philippine Consulate General in Houston reminds the public to utilize this official platform for secure transactions and to avoid unofficial channels.
Filing taxes, dealing with tax debt, or facing IRS actions is stressful, but you don't have to go it alone. Call 832-674-0829 or visit www.taxresolutionesq.com.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit dizonlawfirm.com.
Former world champion boxer Gervonta Davis was arrested Wednesday in Miami following allegations of assault, kidnapping, and causing emotional distress from his ex-partner. Authorities said Davis, 31, was taken into custody in a joint operation between local and federal law enforcement. The complaint alleges that Davis forced his ex-partner outside a strip club, dragged her to a parking lot, and physically assaulted her. Davis, nicknamed Tank, was scheduled to fight YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul in November, but the bout was cancelled after the allegations. Paul instead faced Anthony Joshua in December. Davis has held world titles in 3 divisions and remains unbeaten in 30 fights with 28 knockouts. This is not his first legal issue. He was arrested in July on domestic violence charges that were later dropped and served 44 days in jail in 2023 for a prior hit-and-run case. Filipino tennis star Alex Yala said that losing at home hurts a little more, but she is taking her quarterfinal exit at the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open in stride. Yala fell to Colombia's Camila Osorio 6-4, 6-4 at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center on Thursday night. She acknowledged that the support from Filipino fans helped ease the disappointment, though it also made it harder to accept the loss because she wanted to perform her best for them. The Rafa Nadal Academy graduate admitted she made too many unforced errors and praised Osorio for her consistency and smart play. She called the week historic for Philippine tennis and said she will take lessons from the match as she prepares for a WTA 500 tournament in Abu Dhabi. Yala added that every match is a learning experience and expressed excitement about continuing to grow as a player. Emmy-winning Canadian actress Catherine O'Hara, known for her roles in Schitt's Creek and Home Alone, has died at the age of 71. Her management agency confirmed Friday. O'Hara, who also starred in Beetlejuice and Apple TV's The Studio, was rushed to a Los Angeles hospital from her Brentwood home, according to reports, though details have not been confirmed by her representatives. Born in Toronto in 1954, O'Hara began her career at Second City alongside Eugene Levy and later collaborated with him on numerous projects, including the hit TV series Schitt's Creek. She gained fame in films such as Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and Tim Burton's Beetlejuice, where she met her future husband, production designer Beau Welch, with whom she had 2 sons. In recent years, she became best known for her Emmy-winning portrayal of Moira Rose in Schitt's Creek, earning a Golden Globe and a SAG Award as well. She often reflected on her career with pride, saying she valued being part of projects that were good and memorable, and noted that her fan interactions had shifted from her Home Alone days to recognition for her role as Moira. Tributes poured in from colleagues and fans. Actress and content creator Bea Boris shared that her newborn daughter will carry her surname, calling it one of her proudest moments as a single mother. Boris revealed on social media that her daughter Victoria Hope Boris was born on December 15th, with the father's information listed as not applicable. She said she has chosen to raise her child with the support of loved ones while keeping the father's identity private. She also expressed criticism of single mothers, expressing confusion over the stigma and emphasizing her confidence and capability as a parent. Boris shared that her daughter spent 44 days in the neonatal intensive care unit and that she is protecting her child's privacy by keeping her face out of photos. Boris concluded her message with gratitude and optimism, saying she hopes for a positive year ahead while maintaining her daughter's privacy. As we brace ourselves for the upcoming weather changes, let's dive into what you can expect day by day. Whether you're planning outdoor activities or just preparing for the week, we've got you covered with the most accurate forecast. Stay tuned with us as we take a closer look at the weather patterns that will impact our region. Remember, here at Lawin Weekly News, we bring you the clearest skies to the stormiest forecasts.
Here is your Lawin Weekly News weather forecast in Houston, Texas. On February 1st, Sunday, the highest temperature is 53 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly sunny but cold throughout the day. On February 2nd, Monday, the temperature peaks around 55 degrees Fahrenheit and dips to 33 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Sunny conditions with a chilly morning. On February 3rd, Tuesday, the high reaches 58 degrees Fahrenheit with a low near 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Partly cloudy and cool. On February 4th, Wednesday, the highest temperature is 60 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 38 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly sunny and gradually warming. On February 5th, Thursday, the temperature peaks at 62 degrees Fahrenheit and drops to 40 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Sunny and pleasant in the afternoon. On February 6th, Friday, the high is around 64 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Partly cloudy and mild. On February 7th, Saturday, the highest temperature is 66 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Mostly sunny with improving conditions after the cold spell.
So those were the latest stories in Texas this week. I am Nazca Santina. Have a great day.
Lawin Weekly News.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Lawin Weekly News.